Yep, I am live and yes, now I am in the middle of the screen. Let's see. Yep, let's see now. Oh, yep, now we will begin. Yesterday we were at, we had come quite far and we were reading about pointers and yes, we did this and pointers and arrays as written get into treat plus and minus followed by a digit as a valid representation of 0. Fix it to push such a character back on the input. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Yes, we are reading about this. Yeah, we had done that. And then, as written, getint treats a plus and minus not followed by a digit as a valid representation for 0. Get float the pointer analog of this. Okay, now we will move on. Why are we not doing these two questions? Because I want to complete this book as fast as possible because then the main learning will begin when I am writing code, when I am writing more complicated things in C, and which include, first of all, I will start by doing advent of code, about 10 problems in advent of code, and after that, I want to make a terminal based web terminal based WebSocket web server chatting server through which people can join rooms and talk to each other, chat with each other. So for now, we'll be moving with this. In C, there is a strong relationship between pointers and arrays, that strong enough that pointers and arrays should be discussed simultaneously. Any operation that can be achieved by array subscripting can also be done with pointers. The pointer version will in general be faster, but at least to the uninitiated, somewhat harder to understand. The declaration into this defines an array of size 10 that is a block of 10 consecutive objects named A1, A2, A3 till A10 like this, till A9 like this, and then the notation AI refers to the ith index of the element. If PA is a pointer to the integer declared as this, then assignment PA gets the address of the sets PA to point on the 0th element of A, that is, PA contains the address of A0. Now the assignment X equals dereference PA, go to the address of PA. This will copy the contents of XA into X, of A0 into X. Yep. If PA points to a particular element in an array, then by definition PA plus 1 points to the next element. PA plus I points to the ith element after PA, and PA minus I points I elements before. Thus, if PA points to P0, then PA plus 1 refers to contents of A1. PA plus I is the address of PAI, and PA plus I dereferenced is the contents of AI. Okay. PA points here, PA plus 1 points here, PA plus 2 points to the next one. But let's see, I have some questions. If PA points here and size of each cell is more than 1 byte, therefore the but when I add 1 to PA, I will only increase the address by 1 byte, but one cell is not 1 byte long. One cell can be, let's say, 4 bytes long in case of an integer. So how is that configured? In C, I have int A10, right? and then int pointer p equals address of a0, and then p plus plus will now p point to a1, but since p plus plus only increases the address by one amount, that is by 1 byte, but an integer takes up 4 bytes. Let's see, what the heck is this? In C, when you increment a pointer, it doesn't just increase the address by 1 byte. Instead, it increases the address by the size of the type the pointer is pointing to. Okay, that is why they need to know what kind of pointer this is. Let's break it down. P is an integer pointer, meaning it points to an integer. When you do P plus plus, the pointer advances by the size of int bytes on most systems. Example, your MacBook Air 1. How do you know that? Of course, you know that. You know everything is 4 bytes. So P plus plus increases P by 4 bytes, not by 1 byte. After P plus plus, P now points to P1. Key concept. Okay, it pointer arithmetic happens with the amount of with the amount of storage taken by the data type that it stores. What is this? This is my settings and things. Okay, I'm seeing that for the first time. These remarks are true regardless of the type or size of the variable in the array A. The meaning of adding 1 to a pointer and by expression all pointer arithmetic is that PA plus 1 points to the next object and PA plus I points to the ith object beyond PA. The correspondence between indexing and pointer arithmetic is very close. By definition, the value of a variable or uh, expression of type array is the address of element 0 of the array. Thus, after the assignment, this PA and A have identical values. The correspondence between indexing and pointer arithmetic is very close. By definition, the value of a variable or expression of type of array is the address of the zeroth element of the array. Thus, after this, PA and A have identical values since the name of an array is a synonym for the location of the initial element. The assignment PA can also be written as PA pointer to A equals A itself. Rather more surprising at first is the fact that reference to PAI can also be written as go to PAI. Yep. In evaluating AI, C converts it to this to go to AI plus 1, A plus I, A plus I. Immediately, the two forms are equivalent. Applying the operator AND to both parts of this equivalence, it follows that and AI and AI are also identical. Oh, and AI and AI are also identical. A plus I is the address of ith element beyond A. As the other side of this coin, if PA is a pointer, expressions might use it with a subscript like PA bracket I is identical to go to PA plus I. In short, an array and index expression is equivalent to one written as a pointer and offset. Okay, that makes sense. Seems like I knew this beforehand, but yeah, that this quite makes quite a bit of sense. There is one difference between an array name and a pointer that must be kept in mind. A pointer is a variable, so PA equals A and PA plus plus are legal. But an array name is not a variable. Constants like A equals PA and A plus plus are illegal. Ah, PA is a variable, so we can do this and this, but array name is not a variable. I cannot reassign that and cannot plus plus it. when an array name is passed to a function. Yes, what is passed is the location of the initial element within the called function. This argument is a local variables, and so an array name parameter is a pointer that is a variable containing an address. We can use this fact to write another version of str length, which computes the length of a string. I'll take in a pointer to a string and then int n. I will traverse through the string till I see a null character and then return n. Since s is a pointer, incrementing it is perfectly legal. S++ has no effects on the character string in the function that called strlen, but merely increments strlen's private copy of the pointer. That means that calls like this, and this all work. I can give in a pointer, an array, or a string literal, string constant as formal parameters in a function definition. Character s and a pointer s are equivalent. We refer the later because it says more explicitly that the variable is a pointer. When an array name is passed to a function, the function can, at its convenience, believe that it has been handled either an array or a pointer and manipulate it accordingly. It can even use both notations if it seems appropriate and clear. It is possible to pass part of an array to a function by passing a pointer to the beginning of the subarray. For example, if A is an array, then this, and if A plus 2. Oh, I can do that, yes. Both pass to the function f the address of the subarray that starts at A2 within f. The parameter declaration can read if takes an integer or a pointer. So far as f is concerned, the fact that the parameter refers to a part of a larger array is of no consequences. Yes, of course, it only expects to have a pointer that points to an integer. That's all. If one is sure that the element exists, it is also possible to index backwards in an array. Only if I know that the element there exists. P minus 1 and minus 2 and so on are syntactically legal and refer to the elements that immediately precede P 0. Of course, it is illegal to reference objects that are not within the array bounds. Address arithmetic. If P is a pointer to some element of an array, then P++ increments P to point to the next element and P plus 1 I increments it to point I elements beyond where it currently does. These are similar constructions. These and similar constructions are the simplest forms of pointer or address arithmetic. C is consistent and regular in its approach to address arithmetic. C is C is consistent and regular in its approach to address arithmetic. Its integration of pointer arrays and address arithmetic is one of the strengths of the language. C is consistent and regular in its approach to address arithmetic. Its integration of pointers, arrays, and address arithmetic is one of the strengths of the language. Let us illustrate why. Address arithmetic. Let us illustrate by writing a rudimentary storage allocator. There are two routines. The first, allocation n, returns a pointer to n consecutive character points positions, which can be used by the caller of alloc for storing characters. The second, a free p, releases the storage that thus acquired so it can be reused later. The routines are rudimentary because the calls to a-free must be made in the opposite order to the calls made on alloc. In the opposite order, that is, the storage managed by alloc and a-free in is a stack or last in, first out. The standard library provides analogous functions called malloc and free that have no such restrictions in section 8.7. We will show how they can be implemented. But now this is what we have. Routines are rudimentary. What is rudimentary? Something basic, rudimentary, involving or limited. Rudimentary, very basic or simple. Okay. These routines are rudimentary because the calls to a free must be made in the opposite order to the calls made on alloc. Okay, so let's say first I got a 10 byte, a 10 elements long integer array, and then I got a 20 elements long float array. Then to free them, I would first have to free the float array first and then the integer array in the opposite order. The earliest implementation is to have alloc hand out pieces of a large character array that we will call a uh, alloc of. Okay, this array is private to alloc and a free. Since they deal in pointers, not array indices, no other routine need know the name of the array, which can be declared static in the source file containing alloc and free alloc. I feel like this is getting very redundant. Character pointers and functions. I can have character pointers that is literally a string. Pointer arrays, pointers, two pointers. That is also crazy. I feel like this is getting very, very redundant. Uh, there's only been 17 minutes. So what I'm going to do is skip all the things that seem not that important and I can come back to them ever if I do come back because this this does not feel the right way to be doing something, this to be learning something, at least not a language, right? So I feel like the and because I know some things about C, so this feels very, very redundant and this might even kill my passion if I can call it passion, my want to understand all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there is anything that I feel like reading and learning about. Pointers versus multi-dimensional arrays, command line arguments. I can get command line arguments. And that is something I would like to see. So what I'm going to do is I will skim through the PDF and see if there is anything that I feel like reading, and I will read it and understand it. And after that, I will move on to the second phase of my plan, which is advent of code, which is actually going to be fun because I will be writing programs in it. And I think this time I will go, I will do 15 questions. That is crazy because the maximum that I have ever done is 12 questions in advent of code. And 15 is going to be crazy because the difficulty of each question rises rapidly. So let's see. Um, Here I are. Yep, this is what I want to read. In environments that support C, there is a way to pass command line arguments and parameters to a program when it begins executing. When main is called, it is called with two arguments. First, conversely, let me not read it and try to do it on my own and see if I can do this if I remember correctly. Um, Command line args.c. So first of all, just basic stdio dot h, and then int main, and main will have arg c and arg v. And as I remember, without a prototype, I need a prototype for this. What the heck? Where is the code? Int and okay. Argcn is an integer and this is a character pointer. It is not character pointer array. That is just crazy. Well, now, hmm, if argc equal if argc equal to 2, that is I got one string. Well, let's see if it is not equal to 2, then I will printf only enter your name, you dumbass. There was a writer whose name was dumbass. I guess Adam Dumbass, who wrote the Count of Monte Cristo, Monte Carlo, I guess. And now, yes, at this point, if I get this far in the program, return with 1, I know that I have a good string. I have the name. Then I would like to have that string, and for that, character pointer name equals arg arg v1, and then printf %s, and you entered this thing, and give it name and this clang command line fill the offspring out dot slash out Jatin. You entered Jatin. Go. I can do this. The first, conventionally called argc for argument count, is the number of command line arguments the program was invoked with. The second, argv for argument vector, is a pointer to an array of character strings that contain the arguments one per string. Is a pointer to an array of character strings. The pointer to an array of character strings is a pointer to an array of character strings that contain the arguments one per string. We customarily use multiple levels of pointers to manipulate these character strings. The simplest illustration in the program echo, which echoes its command line arguments as a single string separated by blanks. This prints out this. By convention, arg v0 is the name by which the program was invoked. So argc is the name by which, yes, so argc is at least 1. If argc is 1, there are no command line arguments after the program name. In the example above, argc is 3. argv0, argv1, and argv2 are echo, hello, and world respectively. The first optional argument is arg1, and the last is argc minus 1. Additionally, the standard requires that argv and argc be a null pointer. Okay, the last one has to be a null pointer like this. Okay, and that all just seems fine. Pointers to functions. In C, a function itself is not a variable, but it is possible to define pointers to functions which can be assigned, placed on arrays, placed in arrays, passed to functions, returned by functions, and so on. We will illustrate this by modifying the sorting procedure written earlier in this chapter so that the original option -n is given. It will sort the input lines numerically lexicographically instead of lexicographically. Okay, a sort a sort often consists of three parts: a comparison that determines ordering of any pair of objects, an exchange that reverses their order, and a sorting algorithm that makes these comparisons and exchanges until the objects are in order. The sorting algorithm is independent of the comparison and exchange options. So by passing different comparison and exchange functions to it, we can arrange to sort different criteria. This is the approach taken in our new sort. Lexicographic comparison of two lines is done by stirrer compare. As before, we will also need to find pointers to functions. Complicated declarations. Hmm. Structures, basics of structures. Let me see. Uh, like this is something that I should do, but at this point, I have been reading, not writing much code, but reading about the C language for quite a bit, and I want to write some code. So I will just write some code here. Okay, and maybe tomorrow I will study about structures and stuff, or maybe sometime else. But for now, we will do advent of code. And for today, shit, see, this is how far I was able to come in 2024. And let's see how many times there has been advent of code. Let's go to 2020. Have I done any questions in 2020? Yep, I have done some questions. Let's go just 2015 advent of code. Yep, and I have not done even a single question in 2015 advent of code. Now that is what we are going to do today. And I am in my advent of code calendar now. Git branch 2015 gc 2015 ls rm dir all of them. Okay, like remove directory recursively and forcefully every directory. ls rm recursively forcefully like that. Yep, I have nothing now here, and I will now make mkdir day 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 01 cd day 01 ls mk uh, this part1.c and v split text dot txt, or maybe it is split, not split, 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 v split. Okay, that is how it is. Now v split, v split. Okay, and here I will do split, and this one will have text dot txt, and space go above, and this one will have test dot txt. Yep, and this one will have my main code here. Now Santa was hoping for a white Christmas, but machine weather this weather machine's snow function is powered by stars, and he is fresh out. To save Christmas, he needs you to collect 50 stars by December 25th. Collecting stars by helping Santa solve problems. Two puzzles will be made available on each day in the advent calendar. The second puzzle is unlocked when you complete the first. Each puzzle grants 1 star. Good luck. Here is an easy puzzle to warm you up. Santa is trying to deliver presents in a large apartment building, but he can't find the right floors. The directions he got are a little confusing. He starts on the ground floor, floor 0, and then follows the instructions one character at a time. An opening parenthesis means he should go up 1 floor, and a closing parenthesis means he should go down 1 floor. The apartment building is very tall and the basement is very deep. He will never find the top or bottom floors. For example, this he goes up, up, down, down, and up, down, up, down. Both result in floor 0. This this both result in floor 3. This result. What floor do the instructions take Santa? Get your puzzle input here. Let's see, here is the puzzle input. I have to calculate for this. I got this, but I know that if I go to this URL, what I get is raw raw ASCII like this. I do not want to copy and paste it, and I want to write a code in C that will fetch this online. So I will see how to make a get request in C without libgurl. With this, my first time making a web request from C. Let's see. Is it possible only using C? Using only C libraries, using sockets? I'm thinking of crafting a HTTP packet using proper formatting and sending it to the server. Is this the only possible way, or is there a better way? Someone wanted to know this 1 year ago. No. Use DSB socket, or if you are somewhat limited, you have, say you have some RTOS, some similar TCP stack like IP, you can perform. Well, for me, the best way to know is ChatGPT. How can I send HTTP requests from C? I don't know, ChatGPT does not feel right. Looking for something at ChatGPT, understanding something at ChatGPT is good, but looking for how something is done at ChatGPT feels like cheating. How to send HTTP request in C? HTTP requests in C. Yes, read it while you are reading this. They are like, yep. Is there any reason you can't use libgurl? That would make your life a lot easier. If not, you will probably want to create the HTTP request manually, open a TCP connection, and send it over. Beej network guy is a good place to learn how to work with sockets if you don't already know. And here is a place you can learn about HTTP protocols. Let's see. Beej guide. that is using internet sockets. Brian, copyright 2025. This is very fucking latest. Audience, who is the audience? This document has been written as a tutorial, not a complete reference. It is probably at its best when read by individuals who are just starting out with socket programming and are looking for a foothold. It certainly not the complete and total guide to socket programming by any means. Hopefully, though, it will be just enough for those man pages to start making sense. Yay! Yes, this is a very good thing. I will put it up in some place, and this is for HTTP. This is the bottom of this is are we even supposed to read this? This is the raw HTTP protocol. Well, I can actually read this if I get too deep. But is there a place such as too deep? Because this protocol is made by humans, just like me, not smarter than me. If not mistaken, and I hope I am, this is the program. Let me first use libcurl. And this is interesting. I will read this. Hey, socket programming got you down. Is is this stuff just a little too difficult to figure out from the man pages? You want to do cool internet programming, but you don't have time to wade through a gob of structs trying to figure out if you have to call bind before you connect, etc. Well, guess what? I have already done this nasty business and I'm dying to share the information with everyone. You have come to the right place. This document should give the average, complete, com competent C programmer the edges. He, and that is I guess, unique way. I have seen this first time to be written like this. She needs to get a grip on this network noise. And check it out, I have finally caught up with the future just in the nick of time too, and have updated the guide for IPv6. That is cool. Now, libgirl, alright? Libgirl C. Libgirl API. Read the libgirl overview and libgirl tutorial to get a general idea of what libgirl programming is all about. Also check out the examples taken into the simple and documentation with the libgirl. Let's see the libgirl API overview. Libgirl. This is a short overview on how to use libgirl in your C programs. There are specific man pages for each function mentioned in here. See libgirl easy multi-share libgirl URL WebSockets and libgirl tutorial for in-depth understanding on how programming. Let's go with tutorial. Objective. This document attempts to describe the general principles and some basic approaches to consider when programming with libgirl. The text focuses on the C interface but should apply fairly well on the language bindings as well as they usually follow the C API pretty closely. This document refers to the user as the person writing the source code that uses libgirl. That would probably be you or someone in your position. What is generally referred to as the program is the collected source code that you write that is using libgirl or transfer. The program is outside libgirl and libgirl is outside of the program. Is outside of the libgirl and libgirl is outside of the program. To get to get more details on all options and functions described in herein, please refer to their respective man pages building. There are many different ways to build uh, C programs. This chapter assumes a Unix styled build process. If you use a different build system, you can still read This to get general information that may apply to your environment as well. Compiling the program. Your compiler needs to know where the libcurl headers are located. That makes sense. Therefore, you must set your compilers include path to point to the direction where you installed them. The libcurl3 config tool can be used to get this information. Curl. Curl is client URL, and this gives me flags. Let me do this, and I get nothing. Okay, I can ask ChatGPT what is libcurl. What is libcurl? Libcurl is a popular open source library used for making network requests. It provides support for various network protocols, including HTTP, SMTP, and a lot, and many more. Sockets, even, I don't know, and many more. It is part of the C-curl project client URL, which also includes the curl command line tool. Okay, C-curl is a whole project which also includes the curl command line argument command line tool. Key features of libcurl: supports multiple HTTP, multiple protocols, handles cookies, authentication, and proxies, and redirects. That is crazy. Provides both synchronous blocking and asynchronous non-blocking API calls. Non-blocking API calls by creating a thread can use with various programming languages, including C, C++, Python, HTTP, PHP, JavaScript, via bindings, and more. Cross-platform works on Linux, Mac OS, Windows, and many embedded systems. Supports TLS, SSL, and GNU TLS backend for source communication. Common use cases: fetching web pages or APIs like making HTTP GET and POST requests, uploading or downloading files from remote servers. Yes, that is what I want. I want to get text from HTTP URL, interacting with RESTful APIs, handing out OAuth authentication flows. Here's a libcurl example. I can include curl curl.h like that and make a pointer. I don't know. Let's see. Hmm. I will make a no, not a folder, but a file. And get um, text test data.c. Yep, and it will have include std not stab tdio.h and int not main but int get text. It will take in an integer, which how is the URL formed? The URL is like that, which has day number and year. Okay, so int year year and int day, and also include libcurl. Is that done? Curl curl, yep, curl h. Okay, after doing that, I can do make a pointer to a curl type and do curl code response. Curl this pointer equals curl easy init initialize curl, and if curl, then curl easy set OTP OPT. This is a function from the curl function, I guess. Curl curl OPT URL, and then here is the URL. Set URL, then res curl easy perform the request, and here I will get the response curl easy perform curl on curl perform request. And okay, this pointer goes in here, therefore its properties change, and after that I am performing the request. And if not, curl okay, then printf in, into standard error curl easy perform failed, and the string is this curl easy stir error res. Otherwise, then after curl easy cleanup curl. Why is there so much curl? And yep, this also tells me to use curl. Yeah. First of all, I want to make a simple request using curl. Let's see what I can do using this thing. Curl and what was the other thing? Curl code. Curl code curl cu not lr rl curl code, and then all of this let me just copy and paste like a good programmer. Hmm, 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 hmm. Okay, my website's URL is going to be a string, but what is the string going to be? The string will have year and day in it, and test string is something like this. Okay, this is something like this is what I want to make, and insert the year from here and insert the day also from here. How can I concatenate strings? I can first of all, since I know the length of the input, I can make a string char URL char pointer URL equals, this will have about 100 characters, which is way overkill, but anyways, and then let me do this the stupid way, character, and then I can ask ChatGPT how to optimize it, but first let me do it the stupid way. https add print of course.com slash, and then after it will come the year, and then there will be something in between, in middle, which will be something like slash day slash, right? That is it. And then there will come end, which will be like slash input. And now what I will do is for let I equals 0 and before I is not equal to null, I will do I plus plus. And what will I do? I will make int index equals 0, not let I but int I, and then URL index equals before I. Now after adding the before part, I want to add the new part, which is a year, 2015 or something like that. And I know that the year has 4 characters. I can use either ATO OI atomic, shit, no, for int I equals 0, I, oh, no, not this, but want to see while year greater than 0. While it is greater than 0, what I want do this. What is this? This is this. Do URL index equals plus plus plus. But I will get the last character. I do not want the last character. I want the first character from this. Well, I know that the year is 4 characters long, 4 numbers long. I can exactly get it by dividing it by 1,000. That is sort of cheating. What if I do not know it beforehand? Well, if I do not know it beforehand, then there is only one way to convert it into a string. What is wrong? Incompatible integer to pointer char from char. Oh, oh, what is wrong with this? URL is a char pointer, right? Oh, that is okay. I will make char pointer here is not a pointer but char pointer here is which will have 4 elements. Yep, which will have 4 elements. Right. Now how do I want what do I want it to do? While here greater than 0, do this. Here is 3, starting from 3, and here this is very stupid, very stupid way to do this. If here index 3 equals the remainder. How do I get the remainder? I get the remainder by year remainder 10, and then here divided by equal to 10, but that will never end. So I will do int or round. How do I round? Can can I round? Math.h. Shit. Do I need rounding though? Year divided by 10. This should give me the year in strings, right? And let me also get the char day as with two strings, int day as day index equals 1. After getting the year, I will do while not year but day greater than 0, or it only has two conditions, so I don't have to be this stupid about it. I can simply do this equals this, and if day greater than 9, that is it has two digits, then I will do day s. Well, I will need these day s. The first character will have day divided by 10, and the second character will be the remainder, day remainder 10. Yep, that makes sense. And then else I will have, else at this point I know that this is just one character long. It can be equal to day. No, 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 no. Day is a number. So I want to add to day the character 0, and I would like to do the same with these plus 0, and I would also like to do the same with these plus 0. So at this point I have everything I wanted, I guess. Now I will add the middle string and then the day string and then the end string, and this I will make day as 1 equals null. No, not null. Null is nothing. I will make it equal to null, like that. Now what? Yes, now I have to add the year. For int I equals 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, and URL x index. Index is also a function somehow. Index plus plus equals index years I. Yes, now I have the year in my string. Now I want to add the middle part. Yep. For int I equals 0, I middle I is not equal to null character, do I plus plus, and then URL index plus plus equals middle I, and then for int I equals 0. This might be the stupidest of everything that I have done till now. ds I is not equal to null. If it is equal to null, then it will stop. But if it is not, then and I less than 2. Mm-hmm. 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 If it is equal to stop, this will stop. If it is equal to null, this will stop. And if it is not equal to null and is less than 2, then it will continue. I plus plus and then URL index plus plus equals dsi, and then for int I equals 0, and this is the end, and I is not equal to null. Till then do I plus plus URL index plus plus equals and I. Now at the end, I don't even remember why I began, but let's see where we have reached. So here I wanted to use this here. Here will come URL, which is pointed to a string, and at the end, after this, I will do URL index equals null to mark the end. Mark Zuckerberg the end. If res is not equal to okay, then this, else res dot, not dot, but how do I even print it? Let me call this the main function. I cannot make this a main. Okay, I will call this from int main, and I will do get copy get text year 2015 1. At the end, I am returning 0. I don't know what the heck is this, but let me do. Linker command failed with the exit code 1. Use V2C invocation. Dash E simple C symbols not found. Curl easy standard error referenced from getText, and all of these cannot be found. Then why didn't you say that you were getting an error at this point? Let me go to the curl thingy global preparation. Libcurl, libcurl, how to use libcurl in C, not C++, but in C. Libcurl programming tutorial. Nope, libcurl simple.c. Yeah. Include libcurl.h. Copyright Daniel Stenberg. Daniel at hex.se. He's hexy. Uh, and etc. Alas, this is a software licensed as described in the file copying, which you should have received as part of this descriptive. The term you will not use this copy. What do I merge publish? I will not publish. I opt to use copy merge publish otherwise of this copies and permit persons to the software is furnished to so under the name terms of copying file. I can see definition for every single thing here. It's curled in it, and I can see its documentation and everything. stdio.h. This is the exact code that ChatGPT gave me. This source code example is simplified and ignores return codes and error checks to a large extent. 13 below. Let me align. Now the thing is that will this work? Client get test and error from main, not chapter 9, but what the heck is this? Get test. Example. This should give error only when I run this command. At least I should not get any compilation commands, compilation errors. But delete all that, and then still I am getting errors. Hmm. Hmm. Why? And what are the errors, by the way? Undefined symbols for architecture ARM64. Okay. Libclang linker command failed with the exit port 1. Use V to see invocation. Symbols not found for architecture are so how to install and use C libcurl on macOS everything curl. Homebrew install curl. I have curl, I suppose. Brew install curl. I think yes, I have, of course, yes, I have curl. I can run curl here. See, I have curl. Client URL on libcurl with C code on Mac. How to get started with libcurl, and it takes 51 minutes to get started with libcurl. Getting started with libcurl and curl pp. How to install libcurl on Mac OS. Libcurl is also installed with Mac OS itself and always present. And if you are installing brew install curl, then echo path, then the following command to make brew curl the default tone on your shell. Get me up environment export from example. You can use libcurl directly without trying to install any extra code. Everything curl. What is this? Everything curl is an extensive guide for all things curl. The project itself, the command line tool, the library, how everything started and how it came to be the useful tool it is today. It expands how we work on developing it further and what it takes to use it, how you can contribute with code or bug reports, and why millions of existing users use it. This book is meant to be interesting and useful to both casual readers and somewhat more experienced developers. It offers something for everyone to pick and choose from. Do not read from front to back. Read the chapters or content you are curious about and flip back and forth as you see fit. This book is an open source project in itself, open, completely free to download and read, free to anyone to comment on, and available for everyone to contribute to and help out with. Send your bug reports, ideas, pull requests to critique us to us, and I or someone else will work on improving the book accordingly. This book will never be finished. I intended to keep working on it while I may at some point consider it fairly complete, covering most aspects of the project, even if only that seems an insurmountable goal. The current project will continue to move, so there will always be things to be updated as in the book started as the end of September 2015. How to read? They want us to jump the current project, how we work and how often releases are made. What exactly are networks and protocols? Install curl and libcurl, open source code, a description of the curl source tree. What is the curl project? How it started and shit. There's quite a bit. Network sampling protocols, curl protocol. Okay, I'm getting distracted from my main goal. Shit. It is still downloading. Why is it downloading? Angular, Python, LLVM, LLM, a lot of things. I can solve this in like 10 to 15 minutes, but before that, not even 10 to 5 minutes. It will only take me 5 minutes to solve this actual question. But to get this text from this URL, I want to make an HTTP request to this URL to get it. Ah, shit, how to send HTTP URL? Post request. So what is my main goal here right now? I want to create an HTTP request from C. That is it. The only reason, if I am not mistaken, and I hope I am, is that the program will not work on another machine unless curl is installed on it. Thank you for the reference. I will give them a try. This deleted. I guess the same user said, I don't really work with the HTTP in C, so I'm not sure if there are any HTTP libraries including in the standard. If there is one, then definitely include that. You might consider packing libcurl included with your application so you don't have to worry about the dependency or if it probably won't. I see. Thank you very much. Just to confirm what they said, there aren't any HTTP libraries in the standard library. Okay, you could also look into libHTTP, which I have never used, but I have found to exist, but it could have the same problem as using libcurl. Check this out. It shows the basic structures of HTTP requests. Good advice. I don't think This is good. I don't think one comes with the system C-lib. Okay. An HTTP request is a message sent by a client to a server requesting for a specific resource. It consists of a request line headers and optionally a body. An HTTP request. An HTTP request sent to a server in the form. Okay, the thing is now I might learn about libgirl in my free time, but shit, is this? I think we will have to go through all of this while we are building our WebSocket application. And there is a lot of code in here. And I will get distracted, discouraged in the middle. More references, books, Unix networking, books volume 2 volume, Unix net, advanced programming in Unix environment, TCP/IP, TCP/IP illustrated volume 1 to 3, internet networking with TCP/IP volume 1, web references, DSB sockets. This is literally crazy, the amount of things that I'm seeing right now. Okay, but the mindset should be that at one point I can only do one thing. So, what do I want to do? I want to understand how to send and receive HTTP requests and also make WebSockets in C primarily without the use of any library. And this guide, Beats Guide to Network Programming Using Internet Sockets by Brian Beach Jorgensen Hall, seems pretty good, and it is copyrighted, so I don't know. Intro, yep, audience, this document has been a tutorial, not a complete reference. Platform and compiler. The code contains within. Can I do something like, there is no dark mode. There is, like that, like that. Yes, that is much better for my eyes. Hey, socket programming got you down. Hey, socket programming got you down. Is this stuff just a little too difficult to figure out? From the man pages you want to do content, cool internet programming, but you don't have the time to wade through a pack and yes, I read that. The code contained within this document was compiled using a Linux PC using GNU C compiler. It should, however, build on just any other platform that uses GCC. I can use GCC, I can use Clang. Naturally, this doesn't apply if you are programming for Windows. See the section on Windows programming below. Official homepage and books for sale. This man has books. This official location on the document is this. Right there, you will also find cool examples and translations of the guide into various languages to buy. Nicely bound print copies. Call them books. Visit this. I will appreciate the purchase because it helps sustain my document writing lifestyle. This is the official website, and this has been white colored. Okay, turn off black and white mode for this. Network programming using internet sockets. This is the book that I'm reading. Okay, HTTP wide version single page, HTTP wide screen. Oh, okay, this is not a single page version. This is cool. This is cool. This is cool. So which one will should I read? Is that and does that really matter? Matter. HTTP wide screen. Nope. 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 Wide screen does not seem right. HTTP single page, middle, and never ending thing. I guess single page is right. Seems a bit right. Like this, like this. Yeah, that is much better on my eyes. Shit, I thought this is single page. Shit. Single page, single page widescreen. No, not single page, but I do not want a single page. I want non-single page. Yep, like that. Now, next intro audience platform official. Note for Solaris SunOS Illumus programmer. Illum OS. When compiling for a Solaris variant or SunOS, you need to, my bad, you need to specify some extra command line switches for linking the proper libraries. In order to do this, simply add ns, but I'm not using it, so that's cool for me. If you still get errors, you would try further adding this. Note for Windows programmers. Nope. WinSocket, Windows. Nope. Me not Windows. Email policy. I am generally available to help out with email questions, so feel free to write in, but I can't guarantee a response. I lead a pretty busy life, and there are times when I just can't answer a question you have. When that's the case, I usually just delete the message. It's nothing personal. I just won't ever have time to have the to give the detailed answer you require. As a rule, the more complex the question, the less likely I am to respond. If you can narrow down your question before mailing it, and be sure to include any patient information like platform compiler error message you are getting and anything else. If you don't get a response, then you are not a bad person, and I do not want to fight you. Mirroring, if you are more than welcome to mirror the site, whether policy or privately, publicly or privately. If you publicly mirror the site and want me to link to the main page, drop me a line. And that is crazy. Not for translators. If you want to translate the guide into another language, write me at this, and I'll link to your translation from the main page. That is also crazy. Feel free to add your name and contact info to the translation. This source breakdown document, markdown document uses UTF-8 encoding. Please note that the license restriction to component distribution legal section below. What is a socket? Yeah, you hear talk of sockets all the time. Do I want to learn about sockets, or do I want to learn about how to send HTTP requests? You hear talks about sockets all the time, and perhaps you are wondering just what they are exactly. Well, they are this: a way to speak to other programs using standard Unix file descriptors, or a way to speak to other programs using standard Unix file descriptors. Shit, my screen got stuck. Shit, I don't know how long it has been stuck. I was there at shit. Let me remove it and remove. Yep, hit remove and add a new screen capture. Yes. Yep. Oh shit. Do I have to do all those detailings that I did before? Um, change the transform fit to screen. Yep. Is the video in high quality enough? I guess it is good. Yep, it is working now. And let oh shit. No, 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 that is cursed. That is literally cursed. Let's see. Yep. Uh, yeah, the quality seems right. See, it is right. It's fine, it will work. No problem. Now, moving on further to this, we have, first of all, I will switch on the dark mode. Yep. Okay, you may have heard some Unix hacker state, geez, everything in Unix is a file. What that person may have been talking about is the fact that when Unix programs do any sort of output, they do it by reading or writing to a file descriptor. To a file descriptor. A file descriptor is simply an integer associated with an open file. But, and here is the catch. Wait, file. I read things about file descriptors. Where did I read about file descript about files that I can make a system call which will get a file, and then I can make a system call which will open a file and get it into memory, and then to get contents of that file, and then to close the file by clearing of the memory. A file descriptor is simply an integer associated with an open file. But here is the catch. That file can be a network connection, a FIFO, first in, first out, a pipe, or a terminal, a real on the disk file, or just about anything else. Everything in Linux is a file. So when you want to communicate with another program over the internet, you are just gonna do it through a file descriptor. You'd better believe it. Where do I get this file descriptor for network communication? Mr. Smarty Pants is probably the last question on your mind right now. The last question on your mind right now, but I'm going to answer it anyways. You make a call to the socket system routine. It returns the socket descriptor and you communicate through it using the specialized send, rec, v, send and man request socket calls. But hey, you might be exclaiming about right now, if it's a file descriptor, why in the name of Neptune can't I just use the normal read and write calls to communicate through the socket? And the short answer is you can. The longer answer is you can, but send and request offer much greater control over your data transmission. What next? How about this? There are all kinds of sockets. There are DA, RPA, Internet Address sockets, path names on a local node, Unix sockets, CCITT X.25, address sockets, X.25 socket that you can safely ignore, and probably many others depending on which Unix flavor you run. This document deals only with the first internet sockets. Two types of internet sockets. Okay, what have I understood from this? That everything is in Linux is a file. This is not struct. That is cool. So what I have understood from this is that everything in Linux is a file. Let me turn this off. That is just cursed. How do I how do I say goodbye? Shit. How do I remove this? That is literally cursed. Nope, not anymore. It is fine now. Yep. Everything in Linux is a file, and when I want, I can use the same calls to write and read from a file. I can use the same calls as I would when I want to read and write from a file to read and write from connections over the internet. Two types of internet sockets. What is this? There are two types of internet sockets. Yes, well, no, I'm lying. There are more, but I don't want to scare you. I am only going to talk about two types here, except for this sentence where I am going to tell you that raw sockets are also very powerful and you should look them up. Uh, all right, all ready. What are the two types? One is stream sockets, the other is datagram sockets, which may hereafter be referred to as socket stream and socket diagram, respectively. Diagram sockets are sometimes called connectionless sockets, though they can be connected by this if you really want. See connect below. Nah, what I want to know is I am getting fucking distracted. What I want to know is why was my code not working? And get test dot out and for the above program I am getting this error that the files do not exist. Brew list curl, it is not listed. Then I want to see if curl exists, and it does exist. So I have to do it like this. I have to tell it to add the file. I think I can use the same thing here, lib curl, and now it works. Dot slash out, and I actually got something. What the heck? I actually got something. So when am I printing this? Always clean up. Get text, and the year is 2015 and the day is 1. Clang this, dot this out. Okay, there's quite a bit of stuff. I did got some HTML, not some, but quite a bit of HTML. Hello, fun seeing you here. Huh, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you aren't going to find much down here. There certainly aren't clues of any of the puzzles. The best surprises. Okay, shit, is this hacking? Some sort of hacking? Add-on of code 2024. Data style sheet. Oh, hello. Funny seeing you here. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but you aren't going to find much down here. The certainty There certainly aren't clues to any of the puzzles. The best surprises don't even appear in the source until you unlock them for real. Please be careful with the automated requests. I am not a massive company and I can only take so much traffic. Please be considerate. Is this is this available? Wait, I want to see how I got that code. Like, why can't I close it? Yep. No, not backpack. No, no, no. Shit. That is cursed. Let me see. Yo. Yep. Is this in the inspect part of the code? Let me see. Yep. Oh, hello. Funny seeing you here. So my request went, but it went to some wrong place. Let's see. What if I do this manually? And now wait a minute. Goggins was on my screen. David Goggins now. Yes, so I will manually do this and get test instead of doing this. Or wait, I also want to see what is the string that I got up at the end here. Printf u percentage url clang and slash out. Yep. What is the string that I got? https advent of code.com. That is what I got. But that is not what I should get. Dot slash out. Yeah, this is my URL and that is wrong. Not chapter 9 but then get test data. Why did that happen? I'm not going forward after HTTPS. Why? After this string, after the before part. Why here I am adding the before into here. For integer I equals this, URL index I equals before I, yes, while before I is not equal to null, and when it is, then I will jump out of that loop. And then the next time that I am doing anything with the URL is here, right? And in the meantime, I did not mess up with the index or with anything anywhere, right? So why did I got this error? I am also doing index plus plus, increasing the index. Let me do my custom put char instead of printf here. For int I equals 0, I less than 100, I plus plus. I want to do put char put URL I on the screen, and then gets RC at the end, put new line, do plan and run, and this is what I get. Why is 2 here, and why is this, and what the heck is input? This. Why do I have it? And why am I getting this input H, J, P, J, and I think in the last one it could have been different. It is different, but here it is input both the times. So that is something. Why is this 2? Let me do. So at this point, I am just concerned with making my string better. So I will stop all of this. I will comment all of this out. Line/out. And my main motive right now is to join these strings, or I can tell this function to give me a string instead. Oh yes, a pointer to a string. Char pointer year equals 2015, and char pointer day equals 1. Year day. Okay. Char pointer this middle after end, and then I can remove, no, not index, but remove all of these. Yep. And not year s, but year I is not equal to null. I can do year I and do something similar here. This is not equal to 2. Incompatible pointer to integer conversion using char to parameter of type int. Okay, because in the prototype here, I have not changed. Yep. Okay, now I'm getting what I want. Not chapter, I know that. Get string data, and let me do printf %s new line comma URL. Yes, that's correct. Input, yes, I want input to be there, and now I can uncount all of these. Shit. Do I have to manually uncount them? Hmm. Let me first. Yeah, that is good. Oh, this one has to be counted. And then this and then puzzle inputs differ by user. Please log in to get your puzzle inputs differ by user. Shit. Puzzle inputs are different for different users. Fuck. Shit. So how do I get my puzzle inputs? Well, I know how to make a HTTP request. So I guess at this point I can copy paste. Is that cheating? I don't know. CD day one and text.txt, paste all of this, and part1 dot c, and in here I will do include std dot h and main. How do I read from a file? How to read from a file in C? Read from a file in C. No, 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 no. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yep. C, read files. F open. Hmm. First initialize a pointer to a file, then I will F open that, and this will make txt open for reading. It requires a little bit of work to read a file in C. Hang in there, we will guide you step by step. Next, we need to create a string. Okay, I will then create a string, and then I will do if gets. I will call the function with my string and say that I want to read the 10 characters from this file pointer. What if I want to read all the contents of the file? What if I want to read all the contents from a file? How to read a full file in C? If you want to read an entire file in C, there are different ways depending on the use case below. Fread using command for binary and text files. If you want to read an entire file into memory, use this. Use fread. Declare a pointer file and that points to the file in binary. Nope. I will read in read mode. Open file name. If not file, that is, if the file does not exist, then print error failed to open file and return null. Otherwise, fseek move to the end to get the file size. Fseek in the file 0 and pointer go to length, but length is nothing. Get the file size equals ftell file. Given the well place, go to the beginning. Char buffer equals malloc length plus 1. Allocate memory for that. Okay, fseek takes me seeks a position. Okay, include stdl standard library and file pointer file equals f open. What does this take? A constant char text.txt in read mode, right? If file equals, null, then I want to print error. If file equals null, then I want to print error. If file equals, if file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals, if file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals, if file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If file equals null, then I want to print file. If f not open file and return not nil but return with 1, and then if seek. Okay, now I want to seek the end of the file. For that I do fseek, and what does fseek do? No available information. What the heck? Fseek file pointer. Here will come file and long 0 seek end. Seek end. After seeking the end, I want to get a length. The heck is this? Yes. What the heck is this? ftil file gives me the current location for the file. ftil file. Okay, after getting the file, rewind file. So now my seeker is at the start of the file, and in length I have char pointer. In length I have the length of the file, number of bytes, char pointer buffer equals malloc length plus 1. Now I have that. Now read. How do I get read contents from a file? We have read into this pointer read 1. What does 1 mean? This is how many characters I want you to read, and this is the file. Oh, f open is to open, and read takes in a pointer to a buffer, and then unsigned long, this set to be 1, and then length, and then a file pointer which is file, and then I should have in the buffer the file. So I would like to print it. %s new line, not file but buffer, and then f close file. That was not get data, that was part 1. Put it to C, does that C and S funktioniert. Part 1.c v split into text.txt. Now what do I want to do with this? I will create a function that will return me int find floor, and it will take in a character pointer stir s 0. Okay, for int I equals 0, I plus I si is not equal to a new line I plus plus, not new line but not equal to null. Do this, and inside this do integer floor and floor equals 0. I will start at 0th floor, and if si equals this, that is this, si equals this, then opening braces, then floor plus plus, else floor minus minus, and at the end just return floor. That is it. And I would like to print the floor is percent d new line, and given find floor and give it buffer 5. Copy this 24. Client part1 dot c dot slash out. That should not have happened. I wanted to print the answer. Client part1 dot c out. Client part1 dot c, put the output in dot slash out. The floor is 73. Let's see if that is true. Here, the floor, let's see, the floor for this is supposed to be 3. Let's see if the answer for this is true. Part1 dot c, let me do printf. The floor for test case is %d new line, and the answer is find floor, and print this line dot slash out. Okay, 73 it is. Let's go. 73. That should not have happened. You are using the full input data. Yes, I am using the full input data. Let's use some more test cases. For this one, part1 dot c y p. For this one, the answer should be 3, and for the second one, the answer should be minus 3. 3 and minus 3. Then why is it wrong for this? For this, why is it wrong for this? Is it because I'm not putting it right? Let's say int final answer equals find floor for this. Right. Then printf final answer percent %d new line and final answer. This should not be different than 70. It is 74. Okay. So now we have some problem. Why? I guess in the end, it is not counting this one. This one bracket. Not lag part. Why is this happening? This function is behaving not correctly. Is it like this because I never encounter the null character, or I encounter the null character, but before null character I am finding something else, and for that reason, since I am taking all the else cases here, I am getting one less than what I should be. If so, let me do this. Else if si equal closing bracket, then do floor minus minus. Now that I guess should work. 74, 74, and 74 is the correct answer. Most probably it is. That is the right answer. Let's go. Continue to part 2. Now, given the same introduction, find the position of the first character that causes to enter basement -1. The first character in the instruction has position 1. Okay, the second has position 2, and so on. For example, this causes him to enter the basement at the character position 1, and this causes at 5. Yep, at 5. Okay, part 1. No, not part 1. Well, no, I will not copy and paste. I will write it from scratch. Include stdio.h and include stdlib.h. How much time has it been? Not much. And then int main. I will do what? I need a file pointer. File pointer equals file equals or p file. That sounds good. F open. What is the name of the file? text.txt. Open it in read mode. After that, I want to get the length of the file. For that, I will do a seek. Yes, fseek in f file. What do I seek? No, I just give one here someone, right? And an integer which is seek end. I'm going to ask ChatGPT about what the heck is going on here, and then int length equals f tell p file, and then rewind not file but p file. Yes. Now I know the length of the file. I can create a character pointer buffer which will get memory from malloc. How much I need? Length. Then at the end I will free the buffer and also I've closed the file after clearing the buffer. The file Now in the middle, I will do if read void pointer, that is my buffer, one, and then here how many characters I want to read. I want to read length characters, and here F5. Oh, spelling of length is wrong. At this point, I have it. Now find. Let me create a function that will return an integer. Find first negative. It will take in a character array called S, and for it will do int floor equals 0, while int I equals 0. I is not equal to si, but I can take in the length of the string also. Yeah, I can expect it to have the length of the string also here, int length, while I less than len I plus plus. I just declared I in here. Up inside a for loop. Yes. I want a buffer which is 1 plus the length plus 1. Now what do I want? And also I want to keep index which is just I. If si equals open closing bracket, then do floor minus minus, else do floor plus plus, and if floor less than 0 at any point in the program, there is just one thing that you have to do. Set less than 0, that is negative, then return I plus 1. And if no answer, then return 1 minus 1. I should also maybe put in some checks here. If p file equals null, then not printf but also printf p error that could not read file, and return with 1. And hereafter asking or begging for memory, I will check if buffer equals null, and print error, don't have enough space, and return with 2. And here I will do all the good things in life that I can do, and here 1615 prototype for the function, and then here find first negative. It will take first argument is going to be buffer, second is going to be length, and this is going to be int answer equals this, and then printf answer percent %d new line percent comma answer clang part2.c send the output to dot out. 1795. Do I trust it? Do I trust myself? 1795. Okay, 1795, that works. I can go get this add out and let's get status, get add, get commit message completed day one. No, first get add everything and get commit message completed day one. Git push, git push. Yep. Now I want to go to day number two. Day number two. Yes, the elves. How much time? That is good. We got this. The elves are running low on wrapping paper, and so they need to submit an order for more. They have a list of dimensions, length L, length L, window W, and the elves are running low on wrapper paper, and so they need to submit an order for more wrapper paper. Okay, they have a list of dimensions, length, width, and height for each present, and only want to order exactly as much as they need. Fortunately, every present is a box, perfect, right rectangular prism, which makes calculating the required wrapping paper for each gift a little easier. Fortunately, each present is a box, a perfect, right rectangular prism, which makes calculating the required wrapping paper for each gift a little easier. Find the surface area of the box, which is this surface area of the box, which is this. The elves also need a little extra paper for each present, the area of the smallest side, right rectangular prism. What the heck is that? Of course, right rectangular prism. Prism, they just mean a cuboid. A present dimensions this requires 2 into length into width. That is just the surface area. 52 square feet of wrapping paper plus 6 feet for slack. Why does it need 6 feet for slack? 6 square feet for slack, total of 58, plus 1 square feet for slack. And only want to order exactly as much as they need. Fortunately, every present is a box. Perfect. The elves are running or wrap on wrapping paper and also want to submit an order for more. They have a list of dimensions for each present and list of dimensions for each present. Okay, they have list of dimensions for each present, not the wrapping paper, and only want to order exactly as much as they need. Fortunately, every present is a box, which makes calculating the required paper for each gift a little easier. Find the surface area for the box, which is uh, okay. This is the surface area for every box for which they have dimensions. The elves also need a little extra paper for each present, the area of the smallest side. The area of the smallest side. Okay, for example, a present with this. Okay, got this. Got this. Okay, day 2, series day 2, and here and part 1 dot c we split text.txt here. This is this, and here include stdio.h and include stdlib.h and int main. I will do some things, which is first a file pointer fptr equals fopen, and what is the first argument? The name of the file. Name of the file is text.txt, and then here will be the mode in which I want to read. I only want to read, and then I'll check if fptr equals null, then p error could not read file, and also a new line this, and return with 1. Then I want to get the length of the file, for which I will do fseek in the fptr 1, and here integer seek end, right, and int length equals ftell fptr, okay, and then rewind the fptr pointer. Right, now I want storage, a buffer to get the file. Pointer buffer equals malloc length plus 1, buffer equals null, then p error don't have enough storage, right, and return with 2. And after that, at the end, I would like to just clear first of all free buffer, and also f close fptr, and here I will create a function that will return integer find wrapping paper. This will take a character pointer to fptr, and also an integer length, and not fptr but s. Right, here I will do all right. I have to convert integers to strings. First I want to do char pointer line equals line, just it has like, let's say 50 characters. I don't think a line is going to be longer than 50 characters. I will be storing the lines in here, right, and for int I equals 0, I less than length I plus plus to traverse through it. What do I want to do? I want to do index equals 0, and I will start appending the thing into the line, into the characters that I get into the line, until I get a new line character. And when I get a new line character, I will make the index start at 0 and also process that line that I have got. So if si is not equal to new line, if it is not equal to new line, then line index equals I. equals SI and plus plus. Why is this incompatible? Because I've got them this time. Return 0 at the end. This would have been much easier in language like Python or JavaScript. But here is C. Right, and now I got the line if S or if it is equal to new line, then else I want to do some things. In the current index, I will have the characters. Right. I want to get the length, breadth, and the height. Yes, int length equals 0, int breadth equals 0, or in the same line, int length, breadth, height, and length equals breadth equals height equals 0. Now I want to get them, actually get them. How do I do? I have to split the line whenever I see a x. I have to make my own custom function for it to get, yeah, okay. Let me also define an integer which will tell me either it is length, breadth, or height that I am currently getting from the string, which is going to be side equals start at 0. Now, while I also need my own personal pointer here, while j equals int for int j equals 0, j less than index j plus plus. What I want to do is I want to see I am traversing through the line that I got with the index j. J is going to be my index through that line. Now, if line, not index but j equals x, then all I want to do is x side plus plus. Right, yes, side plus plus. Else there are quite a few things that I would like to do. Else I would like to see I can make a switch statement, actually. Switch statement which will take in side and case 0 means, what does case 0 mean? Case 0 is for length. So length equals length into 10 plus line I minus 0. Right? Right. Hmm. Hmm. Is there anything else? Nah. I have to do this. That is line. I don't have to do anything after that. Only just break, and now for case 1, length breadth equals breadth into 10 plus line I minus 0, and then break, and here I will case 2 height equals height into 10 plus line I minus 0, and don't really need a break, but just in case, just in case. Is that correct? Will this give me whatever I want? Huh. I'm starting at side equals 0, and it will go till side 0, 1, 2, and it will go till j becomes equal to index, and it will skip all the x's. I guess that should do it. Now, at this point, I have length, breadth, and height. So int surface, I have to calculate all three surface areas at once because I also want to find the lowest. The lowest surface area would be equal to um, the product of the two smaller sides. And how can I find the two smaller sides? By can I find it? Find the two smaller sides in a triangle by two comparisons, by only two comparisons. I guess for that I can say that I want to find the longest side in a rectangle. For that, I can compare, let's say, A and B. And I can do if length greater than height, then I know that I have to multiply height, and if length greater than breadth, then I know that I have to multiply that. Okay. Total integral total surface area equals to 2 into length into breadth plus 2 into breadth into height plus 2 into breadth height and length into height. I have the total area and also int additional area something, which should be, if this is the case, then additional area should be equal to, since I know, will be breadth into height. But if it is not, then it should be, that is, I know that height is smaller and length is also smaller. So additional area equals height into length, 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 and this, and here else. Okay. In best case, I only have to compare twice. In worst, I have to compare. No, in every case, I only have to compare twice. But I just have to write more, three comparisons. But when in the code runs, it will compare only twice. So if I get to the else part, I will know that length is smaller, that is height is larger. Wait, what the heck did I even do? Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. At this point, I will know that height is larger. So I only have to compare mm, height with breadth. If height is greater than both length and breadth, then additional area will be equal to length into breadth. Length into breadth is additional area equals length into height. Now, after all of that, return total surface area plus additional area. Not wait, no, not return here. Shit. No, 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 no. I have the answer for one line. I want to find the sum of answer for every line. So int total answer equals starts at 0 and it will go in the else statement. I will do in line 69. I will add everything. Total answer plus equals additional area plus total surface area, and at the end I will return total answer. Now, is that correct? And one more thing, I would very much like to move this thing to the right. Yes, and a bit more. 20w this. I'll, I can do it more, but that does not seem justice. That is too much. That is the sweet spot. And now I can call this function at the top. Just writing this small program took me, I don't know how long it took me. How long did it take me? About 20 minutes writing this small program, but writing my own WebSocket is going to take me some time. Some point, it is going to take some time. I do not want to lose it. I actually want to build it and then look back at it and feel good. So int answer equals final wrapping paper will take in the buffer as input and then length. Printf answer percent d new line dot answer. Clang part1 dot slash out dot slash out. What the fuck? Segmentation fault. Why? Why? Malloc gave me this much. Am I overshooting at some point? Nope. Here, when I'm accessing this, I'm only going lower than length. Yes. Oh shit. Yes. I have to do index equals 0 after doing this. Yes. Index, not the function. What the heck? Index equals 0. And part1. Where are the times that I am accessing any array? I'm accessing an array here in line I. And what is my limit? My limit is, wait, Okay, this has to be J, not I, right? It has to be J. Yes, it has to be J. It is supposed to be J. It is supposed to be J. In part one, let's see. This part is correct. All of this. The problem is in the wrapper function. Okay, okay. Okay, this is the whole function. Where are the times that I am accessing any array? I am accessing an array here at this point and seeing if it is not equal to new line. If it is not equal to new line, then I do index equals si, which is good, and 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 humans are happy with that. But the problem lies in the else part, right? Let me start printing them. Let me just do line index equals null character and then printf percentage new line backslash line or slash out. I didn't got any line. So that is just purely sad. Not even any excuse. Okay, this even this code did not run. Why I is starting at 0 if it is not equal to new line? There are new lines in the code, right? Yes, and length is also correct. I'm giving length from here. Buffer malloc is giving me length plus 1 in my buffer, and let me do int answer equals 10. Will I get 10 at least? I see 10. Okay, not chapter. I see 10. Find wrapping paper buffer length. There is some problem with the function, that is for sure. Segmentation fault. Segmentation fault. Printf. Let me try to print the string. Let me try to do this, which is crazy. And here I can, for safety, do this. Line 49th case will be equal to the null character. See, since today I'm doing something that I like, I'm going way over my limit, stream limit, and that is cool. That is actually cool. Why do I feel like it has been eternity? It has been eternity. Dot slash out. Why? Why is it not working? And why am I getting so much space in here? Part 1. What is the problem? Mm. I is starting while length and it is going below length. So what is the point when this is getting messed up? Maybe there are some lines which are longer than 50 characters, which is just not not humanly possible. But still, let's try to do this. And one more thing, let me fix. Nope. No, yes, 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 yes. I do not want to print this every time. It takes up the whole screen, and yes, segmentation fault. What is causing it? What the heck is causing the segmentation fault? I don't even see this. So this thing, okay. So this might mean that I never see new line. Is that it? That I am never seeing new line because I see that this is not being printed. So the program is not going into the else part of this statement. Let me print printf %s the buffer itself. Let's see what that has. It is not printed. It should have. It should have. It should have. S buffer. The buffer maybe does not has a end. Okay. The file has all this stuff. Shit. It has 1,000 lines of code, and it all the file is perfectly fine. Is the name of the file fine? Text.txt. Okay. Text.txt. That is correct. Text.txt. I'm not getting any null. Therefore, I'm getting the file. I'm reading the file. Let me do this. Not slash out. Segmentation fault. Why don't I see the buffer? I'm printing the buffer at this point, and this is the buffer empty? Print pointer to the buffer. I do get something, and I somehow even get yeah, and that is good. That is good. I'm getting something. The address for the buffer. The first character in the buffer. Yo, and let me try to print the length. Length is %d new line dot length lang dot slash out. Length is 8122 and the buffer is empty. Did I not call fread? Read. I did not call fread. That was the problem. I did not call him Freed. Shit. 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 That is very pathetic, as one of my friends would say. Ah, shit. That is sad. That is actually sad. I didn't call Afreed. I might still see some other error. I did not. The answer seems to be 1606. Wait, I will not copy paste. I will see 161606 483 1606 483 483 483, and the answer is wrong. That is the right answer. The answer is correct. We'll move on to the next question tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow we will read about structures. We will like maybe read something about structures and pointers. Do I want to read about pointers? I think I know enough about pointers. Pointers are boring. If I do not understand something, I can just chat GPT that thing. But I will not be reading about pointers. I can read about structures. I do not know about structures. I will be reading about structures and the thing after it. What was the thing after it? Unions bit. Input and output. Yep, that is also what I want to read. Let me go to the index. What do I mean? Let me, as if you were stopping me. Uh, yeah, yeah. Pointers. We have done that. Like we don't have to do that. I might read about pointers to functions. That is a cool thing to read about. Then I have structures, which I will be reading input output. Yep. Unix system interface. Yeah. Okay, I will be skipping parts that I do not want to read. That is cool, so that I actually continue learning and do not drop off. Because today I did something that I liked and I did it for more than usual.